When I was 7 years old, my mother strapped me into her beat-up 1984 Volkswagen Rabbit with a tarnished maroon paint peeling, slowly disintegrating, slowly becoming the greatest escape, the infinite fading. The suburban world we had suppressed ourselves in was sinking into the horizon of the speedometer. It didn't take long to realize we weren't going anywhere, that this wasn't an ordinary trip. Once in a while, the dimming gleam of the sun would stroke the rims of her pointed sunglasses, and she'd lean over to me and cusp her palm around my diminutive knee. She described the journey as something better than before, better than the 9-to-5s and the cheating boyfriends, better than pretending to have the life to be. She then smiled and turned her head back to the road. It was her escape, the way out. Glimpses of the streetlights would eventually fade back out into the darkness. The vibrant skyscrapers towering over my head would eventually become the shadowed valley of inclining hills. The swampy underpass would become mountains that kiss the milky morning clouds. The desolate lands beneath the skyline would eventually be dressed with the chandeliers of streetlights again, then beneath the stars return back into cities. The ride felt never-ending. The escape felt never near. This time in my life was disorienting. The spiral of the road inflicted confusion of destination. In the blur of it all, it seemed a life of limitless travel. The only stationary moments were in gas stations, cheap motels, and truck stops. I couldn't understand where my mother was trying to go, or if she was ever trying to arrive at all. She seemed always focused on leaving again. Every time the Volkswagen turned onto the interstate ramp, my mother would replay Goodbye Horses on her tape player. The cassette would eventually unwind on itself, she played it so much. The way her eyes teared up, I'd imagine all of her troubles passing in the night at the rapid speed of her little rabbit on that freeway, speeding into the stars. She wandered away from her agonies of life. It was in those moments that I started to understand that through our boundless travels, the escape was not anywhere other than inside herself. She did vanish into the drifting interstate before ever realizing a stopping point. She did eventually disappear into the night. One windy night after it finished raining, she laid next to me in our dilapidated hotel bed through the storm, and when I awoke, she was gone. Gone with the howling moan of that lonely October wind. I never even told her goodbye. I never even told her goodbye.
to run all the and all kinds of programs for all kinds of people. Programs to stimulate and educate, theorize and visualize.
The Great Escape 2, The Untold Story, will continue after these messages.
The latest NBC News Wall Street Journal poll shows Democratic presidential candidate Michael Dukakis has gained more ground on Republican George Bush. Bush has a 5-point lead, 48% to 43%. 2 weeks ago, Bush led by 9 points. In Lebanon, Israeli helicopters pounded guerrilla bases with rockets. A child reportedly was killed and a man wounded. And an Air Force rocket has reportedly delivered a pair of military satellites into orbit.
I'm Tom Brokaw. We'll have this story on NBC Nightly News.
Living in this in-between world, which is neither sea nor land, demands very special talents. Living in this in-between world, which is neither sea nor land, demands very special talents.
help find her on Unsolved Mysteries.
Harry ready for a hot date who turns out to be a playmate? Then on Baby Blue. You can help find her on Unsolved Mysteries. On Night Court, is Harry ready for a hot date who turns out to be a
So I started to understand that through our boundless travels, the escape was not anywhere other than inside herself. She did vanish into the drifting interstate before ever realizing to stop it. She did eventually disappear into the night. One windy night after it finished raining, she laid next to me in our dilapidated hotel bed through the storm, and when I awoke, she was gone. Gone with a howling moan of that lonely October wind. I never even told her.
The Great Escape 2, the untold story, will continue after these messages.
What you're about to see is not a news broadcast.
Tonight on Unsolved Mysteries, the story of a lonely housewife in Maine who searched for love in a newspaper's prison. They have photographs and videotape to verify their claims. A close encounter or a hoax?
For every mystery, someone, somewhere, who knows the truth. Perhaps that someone is watching. Perhaps it's you.